Welcome back to Delta Green, a game of cosmic horror and the end of everything, the destruction of all we hold dear, and the minds and bodies of the agents of Z-Cell. Yep, that is what they have to look forward to. Maybe, possibly. Who is Z-Cell? Who are Z-Cell? Feel free.
What is Z?
What? Yeah, why
Where
is
is
Z-Cell?
Z-Cell?
Everything is a good question here. I noticed that only Briar has actually logged into Foundry at the moment, but that's okay.
Oh.
Feel free
Hi,
to
I'm Briar and I'm playing Dr. Alex Blair.
I'm Coach and I'll be playing Agent Freddie Richtofen.
I'm Harper and I will be playing Sarah Gwynn.
And that is the entirety of Z-Cell, who is currently on their easiest up ever, right? That's what we're telling ourselves, anyway. You had, last time when we met Z-Cell, they were basically getting ready for a new op after 6 months of family drama and therapy, which is what Delta Green agents do between ops, isn't it? But now you've been called back into action. And your new op has dragged you into New York City. Again, it's the second op that Z-Cell has done in New York City. This time you're tasked with surveilling a Holocaust denial conference to uncover any potential links to the resurgent occultist group, the Karotechia. Provided it's actually resurgent. We have suspicions of this, but do we have confirmation, really? I'm not sure. Do we?
I don't think so.
We had a bunch of zombies and a very elite commando force. And a face that looks eerily similar to an SS Karotechia agent from World War II. Who had not aged a day, apparently. Maybe it's just a lookalike. When you walk into a museum and find yourself staring at a portrait that looks exactly like you, even though it was painted 200 years ago. We don't know. Could be anything. Anyway, working alongside 3 young, uninitiated FBI agents, Faulkner, Lynn, and Taylor, the team was instructed to maintain discretion and stick to non-intrusive surveillance methods. So this is an official FBI op, which means that you need to keep any Delta Green stuff on the down low, so the 3 young'uns don't get clued in to things they should not be clued into. You got briefed, of course. You have 4 primary targets, which are the conference organizers. 1, Peter Hames, a retired pilot with a history of assault. 1, Michael Drinkwater, a disgraced history professor. 1, Alan Brunt, a publisher with a criminal record. And Stephen Colm, a local accountant with a clean record, serving as the group's public face, at least in terms of all legalities pertaining to the organization known as The Review, which is fanzine, the magazine for Holocaust deniers. Apparently, they have their own publications. The team formulated a plan, and you set up a surveillance post at the Marriott Hotel, where the out-of-town organizers would be staying, while simultaneously setting up a stakeout on Colm's apartment in Manhattan. And the first day was spent setting up. Gwynn and Taylor fixed some rooms at the Marriott. Faulkner began researching the target's published works, which apparently has given him a bit of a headache because he's been reading Holocaust denial literature for a full day, and that can get anyone a headache. Blair, Richtofen, and Lynn began the stakeout at Colm's brownstone, the apartment there. Very uneventful so far. Richtofen used the opportunity to scout out the neighborhood. Colm came home in the afternoon, apparently has a dog, and he changed some rooms for some reason, at least what you could hear, Lynn was using her SIGINT skills to listen in to his phone call through the window. He took his walk. He took his walk. It was his walk, but it was a walk with a dog, because he took a dog for a walk. Very meticulously planned, apparently. It was exactly at 7:30, and it ended at exactly the dot. There was no flimsiness about his scheduling. You did some shifts for overnight surveillance. You rotated the agents to keep everybody fresh. Took a moment to privately discuss your strategy as just a Delta Green cell while the others were away asleep. So you could handle the mission supernatural angle and how you would manage your FBI colleagues if things took a turn towards the Delta Greeny side of things. And then Colm in the morning, he left for his accounting firm at precisely 8 a.m. You split your focus. Some are watching him at the workplace. Others are prepared for the arrival of the first out-of-town target, Michael Drinkwater, at the airport this afternoon. And this is now 3 p.m., Tuesday, March 23rd, 1999. And on December 31st, you're going to party like it's 1999, provided you live that long. Yeah, that is where we are. And we have Blair and Gwyn at the hotel. We have Faulkner and Lynn at Colm's apartment. And that leaves us with Richtofen and Taylor gone out to the airport. So, where do you guys want to start?
We're waiting for them to arrive at the hotel, right?
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
I guess we can just continue to hurry up and wait.
That is the thing you can do. Absolutely. This you see the most action-oriented mission you've ever had, right?
Yeah, there's nothing I can do to make them get here faster.
Much. No, there really isn't.
Yeah, and I can't leave, so yeah.
Yeah, you are stuck watching things like that. Yeah. Out at the airport, we are going to have Richtofen and Faulkner, apparently.
Was it Faulkner or was it Taylor?
Oh, Taylor. Yes, it was Taylor. Richtofen and Taylor. Sorry. Yeah, Faulkner is doing something else. And I don't know how you're organizing yourselves out at the airport. Sitting in a car awaiting Drinkwater's arrival, something like that, maybe?
Yeah, that's the idea. Normally there's somebody that has the sign for Drinkwater who would be waiting for him.
If necessary. There is actually no one on standby for Drinkwater that you can see.
That's fair.
But
well, luckily, we determined that I knew this guy from being in the Boston area.
Yeah, not personally necessarily, but heard of him definitely.
Where I ended up like I recognize him.
Oh yeah, it was a big hullabaloo when he was excused from the faculty, as it were, for
Cool.
his.
And I'm sure we have pictures on the board for everybody also.
Absolutely. Yeah, you're gonna recognize him. You have the pictures, you have everything, and you can look as you're looking here. One of the things you'll keep track of, obviously, is the aircraft arriving on time. This is riveting stuff, you guys. And yes, it is. It's on time. The arrival, it's going to be updated, landed, and as always, it's going to take a while for people to deboard the plane and so on and so forth. But look at that. It's a Drinkwater. He's arrived.
Very cool.
Yeah, right on time, on schedule. How sneaky are we here?
That's a good question. I'm not driving, so hopefully Taylor's got some stealth on him.
Yeah, he's a driver. He's a good driver. He's decent with stealthing as well.
Very good.
Maybe, just because I said that. I'm
Of
so
course.
sorry.
There you go, saying things.
I jinxed it! Oh dear. I have a feeling that Drinkwater is going to pick up on the fact that someone is following him. Or not, because he's slightly oblivious, apparently. What
I'm sure
kind
he's
of
got some jet lag.
He's not traveling that far. No, Drinkwater isn't distracted. It's Taylor who's distracted. Richthofen? Oh, you are not on the... Okay, yeah. With your stealth rating, I can see why you would stay out of the field of vision at the moment.
I am large and noticeable.
Indeed. On the other hand, you look very Germanic, so I'm sure Drinkwater would appreciate that.
Yeah. Or they'll be like, oh no, the Nazis are back.
I'm not sure he would be terribly disappointed in that, given that he is writing stories about how the Nazis were actually not that bad.
Okay, guys, plan C. What if I pretend to be the Karotechia contact?
Oh my god.
Actually, that might work.
Oh dear.
Several days. We'll shelf that when I think about it.
Drinkwater is going to, if he notices Taylor or not, he's taking a cab and just hailing a cab and getting himself into New York City, which means that we need a driving check that was better than the stealth check. And did we get one?
We got a success.
Yes, we did. Taylor at least doesn't mess that. He has actually a -20 on his next check, so okay, he fails.
Oh my god, Taylor.
Yeah. He had to meet a target of 30. So he's gonna lose the cab on the way.
We know he at least has to end up at the hotel eventually, right?
Yeah. Taylor is like sitting there in the cab, and this is you and Taylor at the moment. It's just okay. Taylor's just kind of sitting there, leaning over the steering column, and I think it's the case of when you have exited JFK and gone for a little while along the highways and so on towards Manhattan. Just too many yellow cabs. You lose track of this one among the other 2 or 3 that are on the bridge at the same time as you are on the bridge. And you lose him, and Taylor is just gonna look at you a moment and go like, I am usually better at this stuff, he says.
I'm sure you'll have the opportunity to prove that to me at some point this week.
I really done fucked up, didn't I?
Like I said, he just landed from the hotel, or he just landed from the airport. It's not likely he'll get into too much today outside of going to the hotel. At least I know I wouldn't. What time is it again right now?
By the time we're talking now, it's gonna be like 5 in the afternoon.
Okay, then yeah, at this point I'll call into Blair, let her know that traffic was rough and we lost the tail, but we're gonna head back to the hotel, try to catch him in the lobby.
Let's blame traffic, absolutely.
And when I say that, I'll make sure to wink at Taylor.
Yeah, Taylor's just kind of... one hand over his forehead, wiping off a little bit of cold sweat, because that was just absolutely embarrassing. And, okay, you don't have stellar human, Freddy Richthofen, but even with your not-so-stellar human, I think you're gonna catch the whole I'm rattled today vibe. Yeah. But we did have 2 people who are actually at the hotel to begin with, didn't we? And that is Gwen and Blair.
Yep.
So we'll have Gwyn and Blair. Are you down in the lobby, or where are you in the hotel when all this happens?
I think Gwyn is in the lobby, just because that's typically where everybody goes through.
It
Yeah.
is, very much so. And yeah, sometime around, how long does it take to take a cab from JFK to the Marriott? I'm not sure. But by the time that particular time period has expired, you will in fact see you've seen so many cabs that are pulling up and people are coming out and going in and then leaving the hotel and taking the cabs. It's just a steady stream of the typical, not that any of much about the tourist business probably, but it's a hotel in Manhattan. They have traffic. And they also have, apparently, Michael Drinkwater, who comes in from a yellow cab and he gets into the hotel lobby. Are we trying to keep a low profile here, guys? Are we stealthing? Are we being sneaky?
Yeah.
Come on, fumble again. Give the review all they need to know about the fact that the FBI is watching them. Oh my god. Gwyn, are you sure you are gonna be... What? Okay. At least it's just a failure.
Oh.
And at least Drinkwater is very oblivious to everything, so at least you can't blame Gwyn in case they are on to the fact that you're tailing them. Yay. Isn't it great? He checks in to room 09034, which is exactly the room that he was expected to get. So whatever room changes were made was apparently not to Drinkwater's room. And having checked in, he will go straight up to his room.
Got it. I think I'll just wait in the lobby until everyone else gets back from whatever they were doing.
Yeah, same here.
Very good. It's going to take a little while. I think that Richtofen and Taylor will join you there when they finally get there from the traffic jam. You will have a report from Faulkner and Lynn that Colm has arrived at his apartment at pretty much exactly the same time as he did yesterday. He's a punctual fellow, that one.
Sorry, we said Colm was punctual?
Yep.
Cool.
Much like yesterday. He went to his job, he goes back home after, so he arrives at, 3:34, something like that, so, yeah. 3:30-4 p.m. Not even Colm can decide New York traffic, right? So, I'm sure he would love to organize New York traffic so that it's very punctual all the time, but subways will run. So yeah, Richtofen Taylor. Taylor is going to look at his feet a lot, Blair. You're going to notice his discomfort. This is the face of a man I should say a rookie, a neophyte who messed up and is very uncertain about his performance today.
Oh.
Yep. Not so happy. You're exchanging glances with each other. You're gonna... Yeah, what do we do next here? It's 5 p.m. now. Gonna add... Put it to 5:30. And Drinkwater will come down from his hotel room, in fact, and go to the bar. The hotel bar.
Neato.
I don't know that Taylor wants to show his face right now. I think he wants to be very far away from the lobby when Drinkwater comes down. If he notices Drinkwater coming down, he's definitely gonna get out of there before he can be discovered.
Does Faulkner still seem a little shook up? Or is he doing better?
Faulkner is okay, I think. No, Taylor is shook up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then, yeah, might be best to send Faulkner down to the bar, just have a drink, see if he can see him interacting with anybody or doing anything weird.
Faulkner is right now at Colm's apartment, but he can get down to the hotel.
Oh, sorry.
We can
Who's at the hotel then?
Taylor, yeah, who is still feeling the whole I messed up thing.
Okay, got it. I'm not very stealthy, but I'm not doing anything weird if I'm just sitting at the bar looking forward, right?
Absolutely not. Oh my god. Yeah. You should not try stealth, sir. I guess...
Yeah.
Who's the stealthiest? Oh my god. It's actually Taylor who's the stealthiest of this particular group.
Yeah.
Do you trust Taylor or not? That is the question.
He's already used his -20, so he should be a little better now.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm gonna have a little talk with him. I'll be like, hey Taylor, remember what I told you earlier? This is your opportunity to make it up to us.
All right, I'll do my best. And this time he just nails it. You managed to give him that pep talk that he needs, and he's just straightening out his tie. And yeah, okay, I got this, man, I got this. And just surreptitiously goes in there, orders something. I don't know, maybe a coffee, because it's 5:30, or not, I don't know. He's young, he can drink a coffee. It's not going to keep him up all night. Hashtag middle-age problems. It's 1999, so you guys all have cell phones, don't you?
Mayhaps.
I think you
Maybe.
do. Oh, 1999, the Nokia came out. Yeah. Everybody's...
That was a solid self-defense weapon in a pinch.
It was. It was.
Just put it in a sock and start swinging.
This is why you have the protective thing around the Nokia, because you don't want to hurt anyone else with it. Yeah, but yeah, I think Blair is going to get a phone call from Lynn.
Oh.
Yeah.
I guess Blair's picking up.
Oh, yeah, I just intercepted a phone call. Colm, someone called Colm. He said, Michael, good, you made it. I guess that's Drinkwater, right? Is Drinkwater at the hotel now?
Oh, yes, he is. He's currently at the bar, and Taylor is observing.
All right, good. He said he gave him some really specific instructions, like go upstairs, unpack, don't unpack things you don't need, stay in public spaces, don't talk to anyone in the lobby who approaches you first, just smile, nod, and go away.
Ooh, that's concerning.
Oh yeah, no, he's definitely on his toes, Colm says. Colm is.
All right. I'll update the others about this.
Drinkwater has his drink in the bar, and after that he goes over to the dining room. This is dramatic, folks. He's having dinner. And you get to mill about in the lobby while he's doing that. The entire Delta Green cell is now at the Marriott Hotel lobby. Taylor has no idea about this hidden connection between the three of you. But he's doing a good job. Taylor is doing a good job tailing Drinkwater. And
So while he's away, sorry,
yeah.
never mind.
Yeah, go ahead, absolutely. Because
So we have a bit to.
you do have a moment.
Yeah.
Do you want to
Okay.
use the moment? Yeah, there we go.
I feel like, as unfortunate as it is, we're probably gonna have to try and key one of these other agents in at least a little bit, like I mentioned last time. I'm thinking Taylor might be the best option just because he's got stealth and face, which is something that we don't have and need for this. And then on top of that, if he knows that, then using his stealth and face will be able to either keep it away from the other agents, or maybe worst case scenario, win them over to our side if things get a little hairy.
Or we could phrase it as we have a higher clearance than you guys, so tell us everything because there might be something we can connect that you just don't have access to.
Are you trying to key everybody in on like that? Because in that sort of situation, what I'm afraid of is I'm afraid that if they think we all have a higher clearance, then they're going to treat us like the others, and they may not be as inclined to do that. It may be better to imply that only one or two of us is. Maybe I can take Taylor aside and be like, hey, here's the deal. Blair's in charge of this operation, but I've got additional things from higher up, national security clearance type deal.
I see what you mean. Yeah, sorry. I thought you meant that you would just pull him aside and tell him everything.
Oh,
like,
no.
Do we need to tell this dude that Cthulhu exists in order to track some Nazis?
I don't think it needs to be that bad, but I don't even necessarily think it's so bad to mention that, hey, these are former Nazis and current Nazi sympathizers, not just skinheads, but we have reason to believe that, like, members of the escaped regime are still operating and trying to gain a foothold here in America. Like, I feel like that rings enough bells, and he responded pretty well to the conversation we had last week about punching Nazis, so.
Yeah. Sorry, I was just when you said that, like I said, my first thought was, should we be telling this dude that like Cthulhu is real?
Let's not start with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
yeah, I think
if he gets bitten by a vampire, we'll have to break it to him.
Yeah, I think maybe just starting with the fact that there are Nazis involved is probably a good start.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anybody opposed to that?
Nope.
Okay.
The absurd thing that when Delta Green agents say, if he gets bit by a vampire, it's a thing that might actually happen.
Yes, unfortunately.
Yeah.
All contingencies, like being bit by a vampire, because you never know. Delta Green clearance.
Yep.
The real question is, when do we try to key him in? Obviously, he's separated from the rest of them now. Depending on the kind of info he brings to us, we might be able to let him know what more to keep an eye out for.
I'd say that.
Yeah, go ahead.
Sorry. I'd say now would be a good time, except we could possibly clue Drinkwater in that there are some nefarious deeds going on since he is also right there at the bar.
Oh, yeah, not like right now, but while they're at least on overnight stakeout.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be crazy. Just pulling up next to Taylor and being like, oh, by the way, we think there's Nazis around.
Careful not to let them bite your neck. Have a good day.
It's actually Nazi vampire, so it's doubly bad.
Well,
Yeah.
Yeah.
At what point is there a double negative?
Oh, so that means a positive, right? Double negative. I learned that in math. Anyway.
No, I think it's more additive than multiplicative. I think two negatives just makes a bigger negative.
Yes, in this case, That would very much be the case, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Say,
Yep.
the enemy of my enemy is a Nazi vampire.
Yes.
The Nazi
That I
vampire.
also don't
Yes.
trust.
This is... Drinkwater has his supper for about an hour. Unlike Colm, you can't really set a clock after him. Takes what? Some time to have his supper, and then he goes back up to his hotel room. It's now 8. You will have reporting in also from Lynn and Faulkner that Colm went for a walk with his dog at 7:30 sharp, just like yesterday.
That's good news. We love a punctual Mark.
Yeah, he's a very punctual Mark, apparently. I'm gonna roll for Lynn's humint. Lynn's and Faulkner's humint. As they are surveilling Colm here. I'm not sure if... Oh, look at that. I've been trying to get Faulkner to roll a successful humint for... This is the second session now, and... He just can't pass a humint for the life of him. But Lynn does. Which marks her as the more competent of the two, right? Even though they have exactly the same skill level. But your characters don't know that. Anyway, it's going to be 9 o'clock in the evening in New York City. It's gonna be colder now because it's getting dark, and it's gonna be above freezing, but not that much above freezing. So if you go outside, you will see the mists from your breath in front of you. But Drinkwater is in his hotel room and has not moved as far as... I'm guessing we have some surveillance on that. How are we surveilling in his hotel room if you are in fact not across the street?
You have a good question there.
Yeah.
We could have 2 agents get a room next to his.
I mean, realistically, yeah, we could just try to plant a microphone or something in the next room over, like a connecting door or something.
Yeah.
We said non-intrusive, didn't we? So... Followed, watched, contacts noted and recorded. You are not able to legally plant listening devices or tap phones.
But
Is it legal to put your ear up against the door?
Yeah, because that's not a listening device, an electronic listening device, and not a tap. So you could stand outside his door and listen through the door. It's gonna look weird for anyone else walking through the hallway, but it is the thing you're allowed to do.
Or
Is there an adjoining room where you can just sit next to that door?
Let's see. Roll
Wait,
luck check, I guess.
Also, how thick are these walls?
Probably concrete, I would think, because it's Marriott Hotel, and not Motel 6 on somewhere in a rural backwater.
Okay, I was just trying to figure out. So I was wondering if it was drywall. Maybe.
No, I don't think it's drywall. These
Okay.
are sturdy walls. Yeah, no luck. It's going to be hard to know what Drinkwater might be doing in the evening.
Remind me, was there some reason that we knew he got let go of the university, or was it just because the Nazi stuff came to light?
It was because the Nazi stuff came to light. Again,
Okay.
It's extremely difficult to get someone on the tenure track fired, and I think that is one of the only causes to get fired from a faculty in the academic world. I know of at least a couple of such cases in North America over the past 20 years, but yeah, the whole point of having tenure is that they can't touch you anymore, so you get freedom to do your research without interference from anyone. So it would take some gross misconduct on your behalf to be terminated. It's very difficult to do.
Okay. I don't think Drinkwater is going to get into too much sneakery in his room.
Yeah.
He's already called Colm, so hopefully he just has a quiet night and we can readdress how to handle that. I like keeping somebody on Colm so we can hear the calls, because it seems like obviously he was important enough for this guy to touch base with him when he landed. So maybe it'll be the same way with everyone else since he lives here.
Maybe. How are we organizing the night? Because right now we have 6 very awake agents.
If everybody's still very awake, I'll just ask Lynn and Faulkner if they mind sticking it out or if they want to switch out with another shift.
Yeah, what was that? Lynn and Faulkner?
Yeah, I was going to call them and see if they mind sticking it out, because if everybody's still very awake, then if they're already over there, it might be best to just keep them in place. But if they're getting antsy, we can switch them out, and I can go have a talk with Taylor over there.
Lynn will be on the other end of the phone and be like, "No, we're good, sir. Everything is fine over here. Nothing remarkable has happened yet. He's done what he did yesterday, according to our field notes here, and this is the handler assuming that the entire team are sharing field notes about what happened yesterday, so that the official movements, so that everybody is on the up and knows what's been going on." And yeah, she's just gonna be like, he took his walk, he is now in his home, we see the lights, very consistent with yesterday. "Sir," she says, even as you have called in, which might feel a bit odd to Richthofen being called sir.
Twice in one day? Yeah.
Yeah, that too. "I think Colm is paranoid, sir. I don't know if he's onto us, but all those descriptions he gave, instructions he gave to Drinkwater, and then... But he still walked his dog at exactly the same time as yesterday. So he's not behaving like someone is on his tail actively? Because why would he do exactly the same routine as yesterday? Unless he wants to throw us off, of course, and behave as if he doesn't suspect that someone is on his tail and does exactly the same routine as always. But all those instructions he gave to Drinkwater over the phone, it sounded really paranoid to me. I don't know, I'm not qualified to do a psychoanalysis, but it seemed like even Drinkwater was talking about overkill on the other end. I'm not sure, I only heard Colm's end of the conversation, but he had to convince Drinkwater about the necessity of following the instructions.
Understood. Agent, I appreciate your insight. Keep up the good work, and no any deviations, it might happen.
Yes, sir, will do.
Make sure you keep Faulkner awake over there.
Yes, sir. That's 4 times!
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna need to turn the phone off for a bit, though. All right. Well, I'll hang up unceremoniously after that last sir. Do either of you feel more comfortable trying to key Taylor in, or do you think I should be the one to do it?
Probably you. You have been with Taylor a bit more than the two of us.
Yeah, I have faith in you.
Okay. Any notes, ideas, or anything, or basically just lead with, hey, former Nazis, potentially south of the border, making some sort of international move to make connections up here. We don't like that.
How do you feel about mentioning that they were connected to the eco-terrorism attack?
I don't mind mentioning that, but one thing I am realizing now is this is the New York FBI office, and I think technically this is where Phallus would have been stationed. And now, if these people have been on for less than a year, then they probably wouldn't have seen much of him, if anything, because he was in like financial. But that being said, like, you might be able to be like, hey, one of the agents that was fallen in that eco-terrorism thing was from here, if that's something that you guys wanted to bring up. But that's whether you want to clue him in on, hey, obviously another agent from this area was in on what I know, which might give him a bigger idea as to the implications and the scope of Delta Green.
Yeah, maybe imply that this is part of something bigger, but aside from that, don't get too much into it.
Yeah.
Maybe.
So don't mention the eco-terrorism, but mention like there have been lives lost due to actions they have taken in very recent events.
Like, you can mention the eco-terrorism, maybe don't mention we have found evidence of an international gang of vampire Nazis.
Yeah, just not obviously that far, but we're cool with implicating the former Nazis with the eco-terrorism attack that recently happened.
Yeah, because wasn't that kind of public knowledge, or?
Yes, that was a big one.
Okay, yeah, then maybe drawing that connection. Yeah.
Sorry, was that correct?
Yeah, no, absolutely, it's correct. I'm not sure it made the national news, honestly, because, like, the Blackfoot Reservation had some... the whole thing was over by the time the news would have spread outside Blackfoot Reservation, and the Air Force went in there. But the FBI definitely labeled it an eco-terrorist attack, and I think they were quite pleased that it didn't get... It's a huge difference between doing a terrorist attack in the middle of a major city in the US, like the Olympics in Atlanta or the Oklahoma City bombing. Those two, they were right smack dab in the middle of major metropolises where it was just absolutely impossible to not have all the news immediately on the case. But this was very remote. By the time it filtered out, the Air Force had already locked down the area, and you could get away with calling it an industrial accident. And major networks, let's face it, the inherent sort of institutionalized racism of the time might contribute to less attention to certain parts of the country than others, let's say. But within the FBI, it was definitely a terrorist attack, eco-terrorist attack. And so anyone within the bureau, within the agency, would definitely be familiar with that it happened. If not immediately while it happened, because, again, it was like lines of communication internally, and counterterrorism is its own department within the bureau. But eventually it's going to filter out. And with the New York station, with Phallus being there, an absence is going to be noted, right? You put up a plaque, you put up a picture of the fallen agents. So it's not far-fetched at all that they would be familiar with that.
Copy that. Then, obviously, I will not mention the potential connection to the factory itself, but will imply... not really imply. They were the terrorists, and that was them. But I'll go ahead and let them know all that.
Oh.
Anything else you'd like me to clue them in on?
we're back in the lobby again, I guess.
Is that the play? Is that what we're doing?
Yeah, I assume so.
Very well. Right, Taylor, Richthofen. I don't know what the four of you are doing. If you're up in your own hotel rooms now, because you do have hotel rooms. If someone is trying to watch the floor that Drinkwater is on, how are we organizing the surveillance? Because I guess if some of you are down in the lobby, you technically have surveillance going on Drinkwater, because he would have to go through the lobby to get outside. So you would be able to pick him up that way.
I think that might be the best play. Just have somebody in rotation. We've got 6 agents, so try not to keep anybody too static and recognizable over the couple days we'll be here.
Yep. Taylor is being a professional with not drinking on the job, as it were. Just coffee, right?
I don't actually know rules and regulations. I would presume that you probably shouldn't be drinking to excess on the job, but if you're essentially working 24-hour shifts over a week, you'd think you might be able to drink a beer or two.
Yeah, also it's 1999, so I have a feeling that some rules and regulation are more enforced than others compared to today.
Is there a smoking section?
I'm sure there's a smoking section. It's 1999.
Hell yeah.
Does that mean that Richthofen and Taylor are having a smoke? I don't know if Taylor smokes. Maybe he does.
I would presume he probably doesn't. I was actually just going to ask if he wanted to do a food run, grab some food for the people at the hotel.
Sure. Absolutely, boss. I'm on it.
I'll roll with you.
Oh, okay. Okay, sure. Yeah, it's good. Yeah. So while you're on the food run, what's your poison? Blair, Gwen, what do you want? Asks Taylor.
I'm pretty sure Gwen is more of a sangria kind of person.
He's going to look a little bit at Richthofen, and then he's going to look at Gwen and go, okay. Apparently, the seniors have decided that it's okay to have a little bit of spice during work hours.
It's a slow night, hopefully.
It's a treat.
Just a treat.
Yeah, he seems to accept this breach of regulations.
That's good. He's going to need to be doing a lot of that.
Oh, no.
As you're going on the... I was referring to the food, but yeah, whatever. Yeah, of course. Yeah, that sounds good to me, too. But yeah, he'll go on the run with you, Richthofen, and be like, look, man, I'm sorry I messed up earlier today. I'm going to be sharper.
It's all good. Did you happen to pick up any actionable information from his time at the bar, or did he just sit and have a drink?
Nah, he was just sitting there.
Okay. Same
thing in the dining room. I picked a spot in the bar where I could look into the dining room, and it was just him sitting there munching away. Since this is 1999, he was not looking at his phone, because there's very little you can get from looking at your phone in 1999, unless you're texting someone, because that was a thing. But yeah, no, he was just eating. Imagine that, folks. Not a phone in sight. Everybody just living in the moment.
Everybody just actively engaging in surveillance and counter-espionage.
Exactly. In this
and
case.
Drinking on the job.
And apparently drinking on the job, yes. Don't do this at home, kids. Alright, so who's gonna take the night watch here, if anyone? Trying to burn the candle in every end, or what are we doing?
I'm gonna go have the conversation, or one of you all.
Okay, let's do the conversation. We have the food run going on, so let's do that.
I didn't know if you want to do that now. I was saying it's not gonna be me.
What was that? It's not gonna be...
I was going to say, I'm not available to do that because he and I are on the food run. We don't have to have that conversation at this moment.
Okay.
But I was saying.
Yeah, that food run completed. Everybody has food. Though I think you'll have to eat it in the surveillance van, because I don't think they take kindly to you guys eating fast food in the hotel lobby.
Sorry, there's a misunderstanding. I'm planning on having the conversation out with him. I wasn't trying to interrupt and say, hey, let's have that conversation now. When you asked, hey, who's doing that? I was speaking up to say that I was unavailable to do that because I was out with Taylor.
Oh, Gwyn and Blair, are you doing anything in the lobby at all? Are we going to bed? What are we doing, Gwyn and Blair?
I think Gwyn will probably stay up until they get back from the food run. Partially just to make sure that the Nazis aren't going anywhere. Mm-hmm. Also partially because she wants to be there if there's any drama in the lobby. Just in case.
Just in case. Very good.
Sitting here.
All right. That means that take it away, Richtofen.
Taylor, I got something to talk to you about. Obviously, I don't come at him like the Alex Jones, unfortunately. I will ask him, however.
Your best
so, Taylor,
Alex Jones.
What do you think of the operation so far?
It's the job. Honestly, I think I hope we get something on these bastards, because that would please me to no end.
As would I. But I'm trying to get some particular information on them.
They might not themselves. We have looking over. He goes over the briefing on the 4 organizers in his head again. Yeah, we have a disgraced professor, this accountant Colm, some kind of con man, and an ex-fighter pilot with a penchant for violence. Like, they don't seem the great conspiracy that will usher in the Fourth Reich on behalf of the Aryan master race, if you take my meaning. But maybe some of the guests will be those kinds of folks, right? Will we see anyone turn up at the what I'm really curious about is if we'll see anyone important turn up at the conference. I'm thinking here, people connected to someone powerful, like someone who can throw in funding to get stuff done. Not anyone important in person. I don't think anyone who has a high profile job, like a politician or an industry leader or anything like that, would show their face at a conference like this personally. But they might have assistants or employees or family or some other connections like that, like cutouts, that might attend the conference for them. I think as much as we're doing surveillance on them before the conference, I think the conference is going to be the main thing, and I want to take pictures of every single guest there to trace them and see if they have any important connects. Yeah. But do I think
like where your head's at, Taylor.
But do I think they're going to plan storming the White House at this conference? No. And he scoffs a bit.
And at oh my gosh, the FBI? What's the ICE? The Bureau, that's what it is.
Yeah.
I forgot my acronym for a second.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I will say,
Bureau.
At the Bureau, we honestly have a pretty similar idea as to where your head's at. Now, I will ask you further.
Oh, you got some down low? Okay, yeah.
With all those examinations that you've made so far, if someone was to try and revive the Fourth Reich, to what purpose would they be using? It's called a review, right?
Yeah, it's called a review.
Yeah, what purpose would they have for the review? Or a disgraced fighter pilot, a bum, an accountant, and well, I don't remember the fourth description he had.
That's a good question, he says. The review is a magazine, right? So it's printed stuff, they write articles to each other. Isn't that like creating a community? Like they send out the review to different places. If they were really trying to plan the Fourth Reich through the review, then I guess they would put like ads into the review that were like coded messages to various cells in the country, maybe?
I see.
Like an information network.
And keeping that in mind, which of the four of these individuals do you think would be the most appropriate to try and make contact with? Were those your intentions?
Oh, if I wanted to create the Fourth Reich and I wanted to make contact with the review and use that for my purposes, we haven't seen the other two guys yet. I can't really form an opinion just based on the briefing. But Colm seems to be at the center of everything as far as so far. He's the accountant. If he is running the numbers and doing all the legal stuff for the organization and doing all the logistics, wouldn't he be key for this?
Seems like he would be, wouldn't he?
Yeah, I think so.
Taylor, I know you haven't been on for too long, but very clearly you're with it, and your mind's in the right spot.
He's gonna nod and smile a bit. He obviously is just licking up the praise here, like a cat does milk. Yeah, and also, the pilot guy is a bit old, isn't he, to use as a connect to create the Fourth Reich. And the con man is interesting too, in a way, isn't he? Because a con man, those guys are slippery, and if you're trying to do something on the down low without catching the eyes of the law, then a con man would be a good person to poke. But he's already been discovered by the law as a con man, hasn't he? He's already had eyes on him. He has a conviction. So he's already...
My thoughts exactly.
Which means that he's not a good con man.
Or at least he's lost the capacity to be a great one.
Yeah. Yeah, of all these people, Colm is the only one who hasn't really attracted any attention.
Okay. Taylor, I'm going to go ahead and key you in on some crucial information that I would like you to keep very close to your chest, if you would do me the honor. I'm going to go ahead and roll a human check. I know I already trust him, but at the same time, I'm trying to stare through him in this moment. Not great, but hey.
That worked really well. Yeah, you have no idea about his opinions about anything right now.
Okay. Worst case scenario, I can
he
be
has
like,
no idea about... He is unable to read what's going on with you as well, because...
Then yeah, I will point out that the Bureau might be expecting this to lead to another potential Waco situation. But there are other minds within the Bureau that believe this might lead to even something worse.
Worse than Waco?
I'm a part.
That's
Worse than Waco.
That's a bit intense, he says. Like, how bad can it get? Worse than Waco? Is that even a thing?
It certainly can be, if the correct precautions are not taken. Just a few months ago, did you hear about the eco-terrorism attack on the Blackfoot Reservation?
I don't think I did. Let me have a look at, says the handler. How long Taylor has been in the service?
I think he said it was like 10 or 11 months, right?
He's been in 11 months, yeah. So, yeah, okay, he has heard about it. Yeah, I think I did, yeah.
We have viable information that ties genuine Nazi remnants that escaped justice from the Nuremberg trials to that eco-terrorism attack.
Holy shit.
Additionally, they were leveraging local skinhead neo-nationals to work as additional muscle.
You can see the disbelief in his face. He's looking like he's trying to connect the dots and failing.
That sub-organization has since been neutralized, but we weren't able to catch the actual former Nazis or whatever organization they're currently operating under. That being said, I think you're very much correct in that the review might be a good opportunity to help form a community. If they're able to get more hands stateside and have push and pull here, then we're going to have a harder time dealing with them on their turf if we have to worry about defending ourselves on ours.
That makes sense, I guess.
We're here to intercept any potential communications that organization or their offshoots might try and make with the review.
We cut off like a tentacle, but the octopus is still out there. Is that what you're saying?
Exactly.
I guess that makes sense. So we're looking for the octopus, the actual head of it, or whatever.
Yes. And unfortunately, most people don't know that an octopus has a beak, which is both freaky and dangerous.
Octopuses have beaks?
Yeah, that's how they chew stuff up. You'll just have to take my word for it.
All right.
But that being said, the group that was able to successfully attack the Blackfoot Reservation, leading to all those deaths, were very dangerous. And we're not sure to what extent similar assets might be deployed in trying to make contact here. So anybody that looks a little too German, be very careful.
He's gonna, again, frown, look too German? Like...
Unfortunately, yes. Like me.
Feels like a bit of a stereotype, honestly, but okay. I'll keep a look at.
The Germans we're looking for might look very German, if you get my drift.
He's gonna guffaw a little bit at that. Yeah. Okay. So we're rolling into Hollywood with this shit.
Furthermore, there's a reason this information was not disseminated during the full briefing. Even though I'm a member of the FBI, I'm expected to go a bit above and beyond in my investigations here.
I guess we all, aren't we?
Not all of us. I want to get to the bottom of this in a very safe and sound manner.
I'm definitely in on that. You don't have to doubt my commitment. I think Lynn is good for it too.
I think so too. I respect Faulkner. I think he has what it takes to be a very good agent. But I need somebody who might be able to bend a bit. And you seem flexible in the best way.
All right.
So I would like your help in doing a little bit of extra surveillance or investigation. Specifically, I think that we need to figure out what's going on with Colm.
Sure. Yeah.
I don't think that we have what it takes to apply for a warrant.
Yeah, no, not by now, at least.
But I want to go in anyway.
Okay. We're talking about doing stuff that's not going to be admissible in a court of law. Is that what we're talking about?
I don't think we should be talking about it.
I agree. Yeah, I agree.
But how about sometime in the next couple days, you and I try to schedule a apartment watch or a Colm watch while he's away at work.
I like the sound of that. Absolutely.
Then I'll go ahead and put out a big meaty paw for him to shake
And he will,
as I
he
smile
will
over the mustache.
reach out with his not quite as meaty paw and shake your hand. He
Cool.
also doesn't have a stash like you.
Not yet. We'll get him there.
Get him there.
Hopefully I'm not going to federal prison, but we'll see.
Who knows?
He seems alright.
Yeah, no, so far he's easygoing, laid back. Food run completed for Gwyn and Blair. You get to eat something in the surveillance car with Taylor and Richtofen while watching the lobby.
Yeah.
It's thrilling. All right, how are we dividing the night up, if at all? Is anyone gonna take the night shift, or because you did that last time?
I did last time, and I've still got all my will points, so I'm not afraid to do it again if I need to.
You did get your morning shift sleep. All right, I guess that means Gwen and Blair are going to get their beauty sleep.
Apparently.
Yep.
We can use that as a rationale to increase your charisma during the downtime, right?
Yep.
Yep.
But Gwen doesn't really need any because she has a lot of charisma anyway. Blair might need some at this stage. Richtofen, Taylor, Night Watch. I don't know what you do with Lynn and Faulkner. Are they gonna sleep up? They've been on the job for like all day by now, probably.
Yeah, they'll be able to switch off and have either the option to get some fresh food or take a nap.
All right. They're gonna ask Blair about who's gonna take the night shift and who's not gonna take the night shift because they're willing to put in the work. Lynn is volunteering for the night shift. Blair.
Then yeah, Lynn can be the other one.
Very well. So Lynn will take the night shift and Faulkner will come and relieve her in the morning. You know what? It's another night that goes without any troublesome events happening. Richtofen and Taylor have been burning the midnight oil, so they will have to go to sleep in the morning, but nothing particular happens during the night. So it's up to Blair to direct how your resources should be used on this new day. And this is the day when your third target is supposed to arrive. Brunt, who will not arrive by airplane. He will arrive at Grand Central Station by train. So...
Remind me where he's coming in from.
He is coming in from Brunt. I knew this. In Connecticut.
Okay. And he's a known con man. You said he had assaults. Was there anything else specific that we knew he was? Was it parking tickets?
Yeah, no, it is in fact Hames who has the assault. Arrests. No charges brought, but arrests.
Okay, and he's the pilot.
He's the pilot, yeah. Brunt is the con man, occupation publisher. He was arrested for forgery in 82. He does have an assault as well, yeah. So he was actually convicted for assault and served 1 month. So he was acquitted for the forgery, convicted 1 month for assault in 80, arrested for possession of narcotics in 85, convicted for 2 months, and then he has 32 parking citations. Yeah.
Jeez, okay.
Oh my god.
Brunt is in fact the editor and owner of the Review Press, and he's the publisher of the Truth newsletter and website, and currently under investigation for mail fraud.
Oh, he's currently under investigation for something. That's federal crime, right?
I think that is, yeah, because it's mail.
Mail fraud.
Like the post office.
Yeah.
So here's a question. Should we try and be as little pressure on these people as possible? That way they just kind of go about the week and make it to the conference stress-free as possible so we can examine them? Or should we try to put pressure on them? Like maybe call an anonymous tip and be like, hey, if somebody's traveling in from out of state, might be worth giving them a stop and frisk due to the circumstances? Or would that put too much potential heat?
I think they're already paranoid about the government watching them, so I think them just existing is already placing pressure on them.
So does that mean we should lay off or we should make it worse?
I think lay off.
Yeah,
Okay.
let's lay off for now.
Yeah.
I think that's wise. But yeah, let's keep an eye on him, but at the same time, let's be careful. Don't let him drag us into some nonsense if he gets in a street fight over a double parking somewhere.
Yeah. Let someone else punch the Nazi. Is that
Yeah.
what I'm hearing?
That is something that might happen, because that is a
That
reality.
would be so funny. Double parks and gets beat up in the street.
They are not
Imagine he
wearing.
has, like,
They're not wearing anything that screams Nazi at anyone. Strangely
Okay.
enough, they're not wearing a little swastika pin or anything like that. It's just they look like very ordinary Anglo-Saxon waspy people, middle-aged men. That's they will blend in that kind of crowd. They're not necessarily going to blend in very well in Harlem necessarily, or some other parts of the city. But in Midtown Manhattan, they will not be standing out at all.
I was about to say, imagine if he had a swastika bumper sticker in his he parked, someone just beat him to a pulp.
There are some people who are more upfront about their political views than others, and regardless of how extreme they might be viewed by others, in fact, like to boast about it just to trigger people and stuff like that and troll them. These gentlemen don't seem like that, at least not so far. Drinkwater has nothing about him that screams Nazi or Nazi sympathizer. There's a lot about him that screams failed professor, maybe, but not any Nazi accoutrements on him at all. And we've already seen, when you look up the word accountant in a dictionary, Colm is probably the face that's going to be pasted right there as an example. Accountant. Yeah. Which I guess is an advantage when you're running an organization like this, because who is going to look after the accountant? It's just one face among so many others. He's definitely not looking the strange magnetism of a populist demagogue right-wing leader might look like. So Yeah, no. These are, so far, very average white bread folks. In the morning, Faulkner will report in that Colm, like before, has, in fact, left his apartment at exactly the time when you could expect him to go to work, which is 8:30. And Blair and Gwyn, you're at the hotel, and I'm sure you're going to see Drinkwater come down to have breakfast.
We also eating breakfast, or are we just waiting for it?
That is up to you, Blair.
If we're eating breakfast, that'd just be an easy way to blend in.
Yeah.
It would be, absolutely. I'm putting Drinkwater by the hotel here. You are going to notice that after Drinkwater has had breakfast, he is leaving the hotel. Outside the hotel, New York is dressed in drizzle. It's clammy and a little bit muted for being New York because of the weather. And Drinkwater is heading out on foot into the Big Apple. What do you want to do?
Follow him? Maybe text Richthofen every few blocks of just where we're headed and where we're at.
All right.
Yeah.
Oh, look, I'm getting a text message on my new cell phone.
Yes, your Nokia. They just disappeared, didn't they? As like cell phone makers. Are they still out there? I have no idea. I haven't seen them for a long time.
Nokia does military communications technology now.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. Just
Yeah.
maybe Ericsson is doing that too. It was the big rivalry back in '99 between Ericsson and Nokia. Sweden versus Finland. And Finland won, much to the chagrin of the Swedes. I don't know if you've heard the story of why Nokia won.
No,
Because
but I
that's
do love
like
stuff
great.
like that.
The difference was that Ericsson was run by a bunch of engineers, so they made phones for engineers, which is
Oh.
very nerdy and very complex, and you really, lots of functionalities to it, but you really have to get used to the user interface and everything. Nokia had a more diverse board, and as such, they realized that we want things to be user-friendly and easily accessible, which meant that they created a phone for everyone. So, yeah, that was the difference. All engineers bought Ericsson phones, as I recall it. I had a bunch of engineer student friends at the time, and they all went with Ericsson. Because, oh, look at all the functionalities! They were... No,
I had one myself. It was actually pretty cool. I think it was one that had the slide-out keyboard, which crazy
they had
that
all
technology
sorts of
was
stuff.
a thing.
Yeah, absolutely. They were... all the tech geeks in those days went with Ericsson, absolutely. And everybody else went with Nokia. And you know what? There was more of everybody else.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got myself a Nokia too. Anyway, you are going to notice here, Blair and Gwyn, as you are making your way through downtown Manhattan, that Drinkwater is just out for a walk, and after he has walked for maybe half an hour, he goes into a bookstore. No, it's not that bookstore.
Okay, because my blood ran cold. I was like, oh, fuck.
Yeah. That would have been.
Well,
Oh.
Gwyn wouldn't know about that bookstore. Would Blair?
Yeah, no.
Oh. I think Blair knows the name of the bookstore, but I don't think she's actually seen it.
Probably not. No, I think the only one who saw it was Talbot. But yeah, no, he goes into a bookstore and he buys a couple of books, apparently. He has a bag with him when he comes out, and he keeps walking. He's walking towards the north in general, but he's zigzagging between different streets and all. And you know what? By 10 or so, he hits another bookstore.
Oh no.
Is it that one?
It's not that one, no.
Okay.
I'm telling you, this is the most exciting op you've ever been at.
I don't know. My blood pressure keeps spiking every time you mention a bookstore.
Yeah.
Bookstore. Yeah.
Oh no.
Could be that one. You never know.
Yeah, Quinn has no idea what's going on, but I do. Do we just wait for him to come back out and go to a different bookstore?
Yep, that is actually what happens. He goes to another bookstore.
My God.
Yep.
And let me guess, is it not that bookstore?
It's not that bookstore. This is like chapters or
Okay.
something. Yeah. This is like one of the big block. I don't know if chapters existed in 99. But if it did, he went in there.
Okay. Far be it from me to judge a man who buys a bunch of books, but this seems a bit like maybe there's another reason behind it.
Yeah.
I can tell you. A man who
Yeah.
buys books from 3 bookstores is not shopping for books.
Oh yeah, don't get me wrong, I like me a rare book, but I don't know. This is looking like 12 rare books.
He's gone. One has been like a rare bookstore, one has been a used bookstore, and one has been one of these big franchise bookstores. By noon, you go ahead.
When I say rare books, ones that were published 10, 20 years ago and never were like popular enough for multiple reprints. I don't mean like
Yeah, he's
I don't
been
mean spell books, like
No, yeah, I know. Antiquities and used books and the normal, mundane kind of rare books. Not the
yeah.
we are summoning Cthulhu with weird spells book.
Yeah, no.
No, he's just going to the, I haven't seen him buy any horrid Cthulhu stuff. Why don't we roll some alertness here for the two of you? Just because, maybe. Oh, this is going great, I can tell. Gwyn is...
Oh my God.
It appears that whatever's happening here... What kind of fumble do you want, Gwyn?
Maybe confusion? I think she might remember Talbot saying something about a bookstore in New York a while ago, so she's a bit fixated on, oh, is this the bookstore? And she keeps bothering Blair about it, maybe, yeah, like...
Which means
is that it?
She is not gonna be paying enough attention to what kind of books Drinkwater might have on the counter, and by the time he comes out, they're already in his bag. But he has a couple of bags. They're not filled with books. They're like a couple of books in every bag. So he might have bought one book in every place, maybe 2 in one. But by noon, he is heading to Central Park. He's picking up a couple of hot dogs. He's sitting in Central Park. Even in a drizzle, he's going to find some kind of shelter where it's not dripping too much. And he is grabbing his food there. And even as the food is fast food in Central Park in March, so it's going to be messy on his fingers. So he's bought an extra bottle of water as well, and he's going to wash his fingers cleanly after he has eaten his food. And he starts leafing through some of these books, but unfortunately, because of your terrible alertness checks, you have no idea what kind of books these are, really. Can't really tell from the distance. Maybe if you have the binoculars, they're a little bit misted over by the rain, which is not good for the lenses. It just makes it harder to do surveillance properly. By this time, I think Richtofen and Taylor are going to be awake, and Lynn as well. Where might Blair want these 3 people? Faulkner is at Colm's work, sitting in a car, watching Colm workings. Or not watching Colm working, because that's up in an office building, but outside the office building where Colm works.
Lynn took the night shift, right? So she should probably be resting right now.
Yeah, she did
Catch
between
up
6
on
and
that.
noon, so she's ready to go for the afternoon.
What time does the other person arrive?
4:45 at the train station. So you have, what, about 5 hours before that?
Okay. I'm not quite sure then because we have Faulkner on Colm. And Gwen and I are on Drinkwater. Wouldn't say there's much else to do until the other guy gets here.
Yeah, right now we have 2 targets. One of them is sitting eating in Central Park. The other one is in his office at his day job. So it's not too stressful yet for all of y'all. Richthofen? Oh, where did we put the agents again? Sorry, I lost my thread a little bit there for some reason. Brain. Are you Gwen and Blair staying on Drinkwater? Are we switching up with Richthofen and Faulkner? What are we doing? Lynn?
I think I'll stay on. Actually, no, I'll just follow Blair.
Oh, I guess we could stay on him
Okay.
for now.
So Lynn, Taylor, and Richthofen has a... Or are we putting the 3 of them on Brunt in the afternoon?
I'm thinking it might be better to just leave Lynn on Colm to pick up the phone calls. I don't think there's really a whole lot of point in having 2 people there because he has a pretty reasonable schedule.
He does.
So I think we can go ahead and split that up. And as long as we just keep an ear to the ground on Colm, we'll have 1 extra agent to work with.
Right.
And I'm sorry, what time is it that Brahm's supposed to show up?
4:45 p.m. It is
Okay,
now noon.
so we got time for him to get set up.
Yeah.
I'm fine to jump wherever you guys need me. Like I said, I think she's good for Colm, at least until she starts to get tired, which might be coming up soon, honestly. She's been on it for a bit.
Yeah. I think there's not much else to do besides watching Colm and Drinkwater.
This is true. Well...
Well, actually,
Yeah, go ahead.
it might be, I mean, if he's at work now and she's on him at the office, it might be a good time for me and Taylor to try to make a move on it now, unless you think it's too early to potentially blow our cover. Might be better to let everybody land before we start sniffing around, but you might have something in the apartment that might point us in the right direction.
True. And we do know what time Colm gets back, so...
Yeah,
we
and like
don't
I
have
said,
to
any
worry about
deviation's
it.
a red flag.
Yeah.
Another thing too is if he's actually aware that he's being followed and he's just not switching up things anyway, he may not really do anything if he thinks people have been in his house, especially if he's already paranoid.
True.
Is it foggy this morning?
It's a drizzle more than a fog. But yeah, a
Okay.
little bit hazy. A little bit hazy. Not a thick fog by any standard.
That'll at least give Taylor and I an excuse to have our hoods up or have an umbrella as we approach the building.
Very well. So you guys are going up to Colm's apartment to do some. Is this gonna be B&E?
Hopefully not, but honestly, maybe. I don't have the tools like Follis did.
Yeah, that's the problem. You're not supposed to have them either, because this is not supposed to be a B&E op. But we're going to Colm's apartment, and we'll have our 2 friends, Richthofen and Taylor, on this slightly foggy day. Lynn is awake and she is ready to go in, and apparently you told her to be on his apartment as well, so she's gonna be...
No, she's supposed to be on him at work because he's at the
okay,
office, right?
she's at him at work. Was that it, Blair?
Yeah, it was.
Alright, so let's go. So she's with Faulkner at work, and yeah, you are in the surveillance van outside Colm's apartment.
And let's see. It's 1 p.m. and so we know he leaves work at... Would he leave work at 3:30 or get home at 3:30?
He gets home at 3:30. He leaves at 3.
Okay.
So you have a couple of hours.
Yeah, okay. Sounds good. Then let's test the door. And I remember you said there was a fire escape, which not ideal, but...
Not quite ideal, no.
Test the door.
Alright, but none of you have lockpicks. And lockpicking. Unfortunately. So, yeah, the door is, not surprisingly, locked. It's on the 2nd floor of this 6-story building.
Might also be the issue of the dog.
Yeah, it's a small dog though, right? We don't expect it's...
That's a
be like a
medium-sized
problem.
dog, yeah. You've seen it, it's a medium-sized.
I don't think the dog's gonna snitch.
The dog might bark a bit, since you're testing the dog. Testing the door, not the dog. Or both, maybe.
Taylor, any ideas?
He's looking at you.
Look for a key under the mat, maybe?
This time, he's picking up what you're putting down.
Got it.
There is no key under the mat, no. I wish I went to some of the more mechanically inclined classes, he says, and lifts an eyebrow, but unfortunately I don't know how to get in here, he says, and looks around. He's speaking with a very low voice right now. He doesn't want the neighbors to hear, obviously. But yeah, that's what he says right now.
Okay, yeah. Short of finagling a spare key from somebody, I'm not really sure the best way to approach, other than maybe taking a peek at the fire escape, but I'm sure the window would be locked just the same.
You know what? It will be, yes. Right now, Z-Cell Mrs. Fallas, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. This is where things get complicated.
Yep, it sure does.
Because obviously there are ways in there.
There are, if you have the technical know-how and the right tools. Just grab the fire axe. It's gonna be quiet.
Okay. Here's my question. I don't think we should do it today for timing reasons, but let's go back to the car.
All right.
And then once we're away from potentially any neighbors or anything out of that hallway, I'm going to say, what if I forge a fake ID and call a locksmith to have me get back in the door?
I'm game.
Cool. Then yeah, for the rest of the night then, I will go and try to figure out the best method to do that. Would that be like bureaucracy or something to forge a document?
That's a good question, actually. You are requisitioning things.
Requisition of fake ID.
Exactly. That is what you're doing, isn't it? Let's have a look, shall we? Boom. Nope, that wasn't what I was looking for. Here we go. We are looking into... We want to have fake ID. Surely they have to have that listed somewhere here. They're breaking and entering. Nope, that's not what we have.
It's New York in 99. I bet I could find somebody in a 3-block radius.
Oh yeah, no, I'm sure you can. Halligan forced entry tool. Yeah, no, that's not what we want to use.
Yeah, no, for sure.
That would be...
Where's my door frame?
Here we go. ID. It's actually an unusual expense. Requires official requisition or criminology to find a reliable source. Your criminology is terrible.
Correct.
But Taylor's criminology is not terrible.
Good.
So he will try to help you with this. Does he know a guy? I roll amazingly for him. Again. This really has not been Taylor's most glorious moment.
I can give it a shot too with a roll like that.
Yeah, you can you? You tried. You failed. You just don't know the right people for this. Today, maybe you will tomorrow, but not today. And Taylor manages to just piss off the contacts he's trying to pull, and they want nothing to do. I'm not working for the pigs, man. Yeah, so it's gonna be a day of a bit of misery for the two of you as you're walking through New York drizzle and trying to find someone who can do some off-the-books, cooked-up fake IDs for you, which you should think is fairly straightforward, but...
It doesn't have to be that good, it's just for the locksmith, come on.
And even then, you manage to just not get the right people today. Someone is gone, someone is in jail, someone is... It's just one streak of bad luck after another, and Taylor is just hanging his head in shame again. It's not been his day. This past 24 hours have not been kind to him at all.
Hope he check marking his skills.
Yeah, if he was a PC, he would be marking all those skills. Absolutely. No doubt about it. Meanwhile, in Central Park, Blair and Gwyn, you will notice Drinkwater. He's done with his lunch. And he starts marching into the concrete jungle of Manhattan again. And you know what he does?
Bookstore?
Yes! How could you guess?
Bookstore.
It's his 4th bookstore of the day.
Maybe he does just like books at this point.
I don't know, I'm starting to get a little concerned.
Yeah.
This is a man who likes books a little too much.
Maybe he likes both walking and books.
I don't know. I like books too, and I've never been to 3 bookstores in one day.
This is his 4th. This is his 4th.
I'm sorry, I've never been to 4 bookstores in one day.
I thought you said this guy's from Connecticut, not Portland.
No, this guy is not from Connecticut. That's Brunt coming later today.
Oh, this is the Boston guy.
Yeah, this is the Boston guy. The ex-professor. So being interested in books actually tracks pretty well with this round.
Right.
Now I am curious as to... We gotta look at those receipts.
Well... He's going at the bookstore he hits after his lunch is apparently a specialized bookstore. It specializes in military history.
Oh.
Yep. Has all sorts of like old military paraphernalia in the shop, in the storefront window. Mostly uniform paraphernalia and helmets, obviously not weapons, but also some flags and so on. Maybe an old cavalry saber, because that would not be illegal necessarily. I don't know how New York treats the idea of putting a rifle in a storefront window. Maybe a deactivated one, or like a fake rifle that looks like the real deal, but yeah. And then he goes to an interesting old bookstore called The Hollow Word.
Oh no!
Sometime at 3 or so.
Fuck! God! Is the Hollow Word big enough that it wouldn't be weird if two people were in the bookstore at the same time?
Yeah, I'd say so.
Maybe Gwyn will follow him in this time. Just to see what all the fuss was about with this bookstore.
Roll
Do we
stealth.
need to get the airplane?
Huh?
I said, do we need to get the airplane?
You're gonna crash into the storefront? Yeah. Roll a stealth check for me. That was brilliant.
Yeah, there's
My
a bell
God.
on the door, I imagine. I'm not sneaking into the bookstore.
You are definitely not sneaking into the bookstore. As it turns out, he's not a very alert person, so apparently he hasn't connected you with the same young lady he saw in the corner of his eyes yesterday night. That is probably a good thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I don't suppose there's any Nazi stuff in the Hollow Word, is there?
Not really, no. Feel free to roll an alertness check to see what he's picking up there.
I am aghast.
What?
Of course!
Oh my
Of
God.
course!
Okay. You
just
know
read the entire book as you
exactly
flip
what
through
he's
it.
picking
Yeah.
up. He finds it's in the fiction section, and these are like old, like first editions and stuff, and he is picking up a first edition of an old Mickey Spillane detective novel.
Odd choice? What else is in here that might interest a neo-Nazi? Or just, what else is in here in general? Why are we at this bookstore? What is so special about this bookstore?
Imagine it's a
Well-
bookstore that can grant you your greatest desire, and he really was just looking for a cool, like a cool detective book.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Meanwhile, Gwyn, since you are in this bookstore,
Oh no.
I'm crying.
wow.
Oh my God.
You know what? I think Gwen is starting to think maybe her mom was a bit of a nut job.
Yep,
What the
Mom
fuck?
was definitely a mutton job. Do you want to pick a fumble, or should we roll for one?
Take a look at the table.
Because it would be fun if she gets the wrong information and goes, there is nothing about this bookstore. Mom was just... It's fair because Talbot was in Delta Green, and people in Delta Green are not known for their mental stability after a while. Maybe she was just hallucinating the whole thing.
Yeah, I think confusion. She's probably actually gonna say out loud, "Mom was a fucking nut job."
This was the most mundane book antiquity bookstore you've come across. There's
Yeah,
some really nice first editions. You have some really nice Charles Dickens from the 19th century, and you can probably find some 18th century prints as well. They have some way too pricey for Gwyn, probably, because she might not be terribly interested in that, unless she's interested in maybe, like, who is the father of chemistry?
Con Lavoisier.
There you go.
Nicholas Flamel.
Lavoisier, yeah, why not? They could very well be an original 18th century copy of Lavoisier's discovery of oxygen, and so on.
She might be looking around also, maybe trying to find the not weird section. Like, she's obviously not getting anywhere, but it's like, Mom couldn't have been crazy, but she was.
Yep.
Maybe there's a not weird section that justifies bringing this bookstore up and going to New York for several months immediately preceding her death.
Look at this. You have a print of the Lavoisier paper Réflexions sur la phlogistique, which means reflections on phlogiston.
Interesting.
Yeah, Gwyn is with some chemistry under her belt. Probably aware of this early discourse, the theory of phlogiston, the phlogiston theory of combustion, which was like, there's an idea that there's a fire-like element called phlogiston inside combustible bodies, and it's released during combustion. So, like wood and paper and cloth and other things have phlogiston, and that's why it burns so quickly.
Interesting.
And Lavoisier was like, nope, you're all idiots. That's not how it works.
Yep, that print is probably too expensive to even touch, so she's probably just gonna look at it.
Yeah, and that's when Drinkwater goes out of the store, and she is just captured by these amazing old prints, and Blair is like, where did Gwyn go?
Yeah.
I failed the occult, I'm sorry. The books have taken me.
Oh,
Go on without me.
You've been swallowed by the bookstore. Oh my god! Blair is immediately... Yeah. Oh no. Is this the 6th floor all over again? Is Gwyn gone?
Oh, God.
This is where you lose Drinkwater. Because Gwyn goes into the bookstore to find Gwyn as she's hit by this wave of... Did she disappear in the bookstore? Was there a secret shelf that just swallowed her? Which is not a weird thing for Blair to think, is it? It has happened before.
Not really.
So, Blair goes in to rescue Gwyn from...
The books.
From the books, or maybe the shelves and the bookstore itself. I don't know how Gwyn reacts to that.
I think I think at first she's a bit like, that was completely unnecessary. Why did you lose our lead? But then it's, oh, wait, that makes total sense considering everything. We are literally on the tail of Nazi vampires, I think. Cannibalistic bookshelves aren't off the table.
They really aren't, are they?
Nothing's off the table.
No.
Who did we send to pick up the trail on Brunt as he arrives? Because we're getting to that point, aren't we? Is that going to be Richtofen and Taylor? Or is it... Because Faulkner and Lynn are on Colm right now.
Yeah, I'm fine to go with Taylor. That's cool with me.
Very well. Grand Central Station. Haven't put a pin on Grand Central Station. It's somewhere in Midtown, isn't it? Or is it downtown? I think it's downtown, actually. If I recall it correctly. My New York geography. Don't at me, audience. I don't remember exactly. But, lo and behold, this is going to be like a flashback from yesterday, isn't it? For Taylor and Richtofen. Because the train arrives reasonably on time. And Mr. Alan Brunt has joined the gathering.
At some point between now and yesterday, I'm going to try and pick up a roadmap.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Worst case scenario, I can try help navigate if he starts to get behind.
Yep. Brunt is coming out from the track that you would expect him to come out from, and he is heading... He's not running or anything, but he has a brisk pace and hails a taxi, much like Drinkwater did yesterday.
Okay, cool. I'll follow that taxi.
Oh dear. Taylor! And he has a -20 again on his new roll.
Oh my goodness.
So...
Can I roll to navigate to help?
He can't. He's just sitting there behind the wheel. And
Sorry, can I roll to navigate to try to help?
you can absolutely try. Why not?
All right.
That works a little bit, but not enough, because you can't offset the entire... With a +20 from you and a -20, he still fails. So, you lose him. You lose Brunt.
We're doing so great, you guys.
You're doing absolutely amazing.
Yeah, for real.
Blair, this is now 5, and at 3:30 or so, just around the time when you lost Drinkwater, Lynn and Faulkner would call in and say that they're following Colm back to his apartment because he's left his office now.
Yep.
So
Alright.
it's up to Blair to decide how to distribute the people here. But yeah, you've lost Brunt, you've lost Drinkwater, but you haven't lost Colm. Colm is at his apartment.
Yeah,
Why does it
let's
say
just
Colm
keep
1? That's weird.
Lynn and Faulkner on him, and then we should probably meet back up at the hotel. The other 4 of us. We're gonna find them again. And we probably want to catch the other guy as he gets to the hotel.
At least we know where their home base is. That at least we could count on.
Yeah.
We're having Blair and Gwyn go back to the hotel when you lose Drinkwater?
Yep.
Very well. We are back in the hotel lobby again. But Richtofen and
Yay.
Taylor are not here yet. So... You are going to see... Brunt. Let's see now. Yeah, you're gonna see Brunt come into the hotel, Blair and Gwyn.
Yay.
So we have picked up the tail on Brunt. And he's checking in. And
I guess I'll just text Richtofen we found Brunt.
Yeah.
You'll get the colon closed parentheses smiley face.
I guess I'll send one back. I don't know how to reply to that.
Smile, smile.
You get the winky pea face with the semicolon after that.
Exactly.
I think I'm just gonna put my phone away after that.
This is good. This is the best stakeout ever, right? Right? Best
Oh, yeah.
stakeout ever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's gonna go up to his hotel room on the 7th floor. And shortly thereafter, Taylor and Richtofen will arrive. And not very long after that, Drinkwater arrives, in fact. He arrives by taxi. And he has 2 sturdy bags with him. And they look like they're absolutely filled with books. And he will just go through the lobby and go upstairs.
Do you think any of those books could be part of a code?
Nobody might be clipping out letters for the ransom note.
Yeah.
That's gonna be a long ransom note, though, but yeah.
Maybe he's specifically looking for the really fancy first letter of each chapter.
Maybe, yeah. Do you think he sat there in the bookstore? It's like, I need a cue.
Quickly, he said. Haha, got it.
Blair.
No, I need to see.
You will get your phone will be ringing.
Blair's picking up then.
Lynn here. I just intercepted another phone call. This was, I think, it was Brunt, I think, calling Colm. Again, I only caught Colm's end of the conversation, and he was being like he was yesterday. Lots of very precise instructions, don't get photographed, and instructions about restaurants to avoid, instructions about the restaurant to go to. Don't use your alias.
Alright. Yeah, he just checked in a moment ago and went up to his room.
Yeah.
So it lines
Well,
up.
they're talking to each other clearly. But yeah, Colm is definitely worried about surveillance. Still don't
Right.
know if that's because he's just paranoid or because he's on to us.
I'll update the others. Yeah. For now, there's not really going to be a way to know if he's onto us or if he's just paranoid or something else.
That's it from our end. Otherwise, everything has been like yesterday. He really keeps the
Alright.
schedule tight.
That's good for us, at least.
Here comes the big twist, you guys. At 5:30, you can see Brunt and Drinkwater coming down. Not exactly 5:30, it's ish. Because they're not absolutely punctual the way Colm is. But ish, you will see Brunt and Drinkwater, one after the other, come down to the lobby. And they will greet each other. Ah, Alan! Mike, how are you doing? They're shaking each other's hands. Brunt has a briefcase. Alan does not. And, Drinkwater does not. All those books Drinkwater bought during the day, they are probably in his hotel room by now. And the two of them will go out, in fact, from the hotel. They're leaving the hotel. What are we doing now?
Following them.
Alright, they are headed to another cab. I know, cabs are the doom of your existence.
Yay.
Cool. So who's going after him?
Who's going after them?
Who has the best drive?
I think Taylor, despite no appearances.
He has a 50, actually,
Oh.
which...
Minus
yes,
37.
I think, yeah, that makes him the best driver in this group.
God damn.
When I'm not rolling.
Like to roll navigate to help.
I don't think that's going to make much of a difference.
No, but I failed.
You did.
And there's
yeah,
victory
you
in
did.
failure.
There's absolutely victory in failure. Yep, absolutely.
What was that restaurant?
Oh yeah, it was in fact, let's see. Il Palio. Yeah. You can actually look it up in the phone book.
Oh.
I guess we'll go to Il Palio.
Yeah.
Sorry, where did we hear about that?
Lynn heard it over the phone. It was Colm who told them to go to that restaurant.
Nice.
So, if Colm is being paranoid, the fact that he's talking about which restaurant they should go to on an open line. Yeah. Maybe he's not that good at tradecraft. Who knows? But yeah, Richtofen and Taylor, you will arrive late to Il Palio, and by that time you will find Brunt and Drinkwater. They're inside Il Palio. They're looking over their menus. They've already been seated. It's an Italian restaurant. Yeah. We're gonna have a supper there, apparently.
So I guess we're doing a stakeout of Il Palio then?
I
I guess we are.
guess so.
Just see if anybody joins them.
That makes sense.
See when they leave, and if they leave, where they leave to. Does that sound reasonable?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah, they're gonna enjoy a good meal in El Palio, and you are going to enjoy whatever street food you can get your hands on, or takeout you can get your hands on, while you're watching them eating good food through the windows of El Palio.
I think, just in case they split up, I'm gonna be ready, like hop out, try to catch a cab if I need to, on foot, just in case.
Yep. At 7:30, you get another call from Lynn. Colm is walking his dog.
Got it.
Good to know.
Good update.
That's the third day in a row he has been walking his dog at exactly 7:30.
Could he be meeting somebody while walking his dog?
Not that Colonel Lynn I've seen, no.
Okay.
Brunt and Drinkwater, they eat for a while. They're not in a hurry, apparently. The sun is going down over New York in March, and they're coming out from El Palio at 9-ish, plus minus a D20 minutes. And they walk down the street for a little while and hit up a bar and go in there, and they find a seat, they order some drinks, they sit and chat. Apparently they have a lot to talk about, both of them smiling at times, looking angry at times. They seem to have a very animated conversation. But
I suppose this bar's name is not a note, then?
the bar's name is not Club Apocalypse.
Okay, good, because
I heard where you went with that question.
you didn't mention the name, so I was like, it's either not important, or it is and you're just not telling us. So, it's a totally normal PG-13 bar. Got it. Good.
Yep.
I will continue the stakeout of this totally normal bar. See if anybody joins them or anything.
I don't know if it's a PG-13 bar, because technically you need to be 21 to drink in there. But yeah, it's a very mundane place.
The dress code's PG-13.
Yes, it is very much. The dress code is definitely PG-13.
Yeah, I'm not going to take psychic damage just from looking through the window.
No. This is not an S&M club in any way, shape, or form. Or worse.
Good.
No.
Good.
Yeah. No. They just sit at a very regular... they chose the place at random or something, maybe. When you compare where they went to Lynn's notes about Colm's instructions, apparently he did instruct them to go to a bar and stay in public. So, they're following the script here. And they're out there until midnight or so, and then they go back to the hotel.
Okay.
And it looks like this session kind of ends where it started, at the Marriott hotel lobby, with Brunt and Drinkwater going up to their rooms. And yeah, Brunt still has that briefcase, of course. Gwyn, Blair, Richtofen, Taylor, feel free to do your alertness checks. Look, Taylor finally succeeded at something. Good for him. Apparently, unlike the rest of you. Then, Taylor is going to lean in to Richtofen because you're the one who's been trying to get on his good side the most, and apparently have succeeded. What do you figure is in that briefcase? That hasn't left that hasn't left Brunt's side during this entire evening.
That's a good question. We know that he's a con man, or has some sort of like criminal something or another. I don't know. Could be a lot of stuff, honestly. Could be paperwork, could be money, could be drugs. I don't know.
Could be Souls of the Damned.
I'm hoping it's not Souls of the Damned.
Taylor will laugh. Yeah.
For all we know, it could be Nazi memorabilia. Who knows?
Yeah.
What do I get? What do I get if it's a Hitlerjugend knife?
I'll let you keep it.
Thank you.
I think I'll let you punch the Nazi if you're right. Let you punch him
I'm good
first.
with that. I'm good with that. Yeah. I'm
Sounds
good with that. He just nods fervently.
Yep.
So, with that bet made, your third day of surveillance comes to an end. And so far, it has been an absolutely action-packed op with bookstores, arrivals at JFK and Grand Central Station, locked doors, and a Colm who you know what time it is when... You can just tell what time it is when he goes out with his dog. Oh, Colm is going with his dog, so it's 7:30. And also, lots of instructions from Colm to Brunt and Drinkwater to be in public and act normal and be on the lookout for, lots of such instructions. Who knows when this op, or if this op, will even lead to anything unnatural. So far, the most dramatic we've had is some books purchases of Mickey Spillane in a bookstore that Gwyn is now convinced is completely mundane in every way, shape, and form. We'll see about how things develop in a week from now, won't we, everyone?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stay tuned. And thanks for tuning in.